Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well during this quarantine and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some coconut buns, which is a common Guyanese pastry. It's super sweet and there's a couple ingredients that you're going to need to execute this yummy dessert. You're going to need some all-purpose flour, baking powder, salt, almond essence, vanilla essence. Some cherries are definitely optional, cherries and raisins, evaporated carnation milk, some sugar, margarine, 2 eggs, ground up nutmeg, and of course it wouldn't be coconut buns without sweetened shredded coconut. So let's get started on the recipe and we'll go through all of the measurements that you're going to need. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to measure out is 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which I've already pre-measured here, and I'm just going to add it into a medium-sized bowl. The next ingredient that you want to add to the mix is 1 cup of sugar. Once I'm done that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of magic baking powder to the mix. So I'm just going to measure it out and level it off and add it. The next thing that I'm going to do is add half a teaspoon of salt. And then you're just going to measure out 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg and also add it to the bowl. So I'm just going to give my ingredients that I just added to this bowl a quick stir. And now I'm just going to add 1 cup of margarine to the mix. And just so that you know, all the ingredients that I use and the measurements are in the description box below for your convenience as well. So I'm just adding my margarine right now. So now that I've added my margarine to the bowl, I'm just going to cut in the margarine to the dry ingredients until it resembles fine crumbs. I'm using the back of a fork to blend in the margarine to the dry ingredients until I get that fine crumbly texture that I'm looking for, but you can also use a pastry blender as well, whatever you prefer. So I'm just going to continue doing this until I get my desired consistency. Now that I've reached my desired crumbly texture, I'm going to go and set this aside for now. I'm going to get another bowl to work on some wet ingredients. Alright, so for your wet ingredients, you're going to want to crack 2 eggs inside of a small bowl. The next thing that you're going to do is measure out 1 cup of carnation milk. The reason that I use carnation milk is because it's a lot sweeter than regular 2% milk, and it makes for just a nicer, sweeter pastry. Alright, so now I'm going to add my 1 cup of carnation milk to the bowl, and once again all of the ingredients that I'm using and the measurements are in the description box below to make it easier for you to follow along. Now that I've added my 1 cup of carnation milk, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of almond essence. Once you're done adding all of your wet ingredients to the bowl, you're just going to whisk it until it's completely blended in together. So once you're done whisking your wet ingredients, you're going to bring back the bowl with all of your dry ingredients, and you're just going to create a small well in the center of the dry ingredients with your hand. As you can see, a nice well just in the center, and then what I'm going to do is just add my wet ingredients right into the middle of that well. Now that I've added my wet ingredients to my dry ingredients, I went ahead and I measured out 3/4 of a cup of shredded sweetened coconut, and I've also added it, as you can see, right in the center as well. The next thing that I'm going to do is just blend this mixture all together. So there you have it, your finished mixture once all of the wet ingredients, the dry ingredients, plus your 3/4 of a cup of coconut are mixed in all together. Now it's ready to be put into an ungreased baking pan. So I've gotten my ungreased baking pan here and I've just lined it with a rubber baking sheet. I have my 1 tablespoon scooper and I'm just going to scoop out 1 tablespoon at a time some of the coconut bun mixture. have it. I've scooped my coconut buns batter into the pan. This is just my third pan. My 2 other pans are actually already in the oven. I've cut up some red maraschino cherries and added it to some of the buns. I didn't add it to all just because I personally don't like it with the cherries, but a couple people in my family do, so I did add it with the cherries for them as well. What you're gonna do after that is pop it inside of your oven at 350 degrees and let it cook for about 20 minutes, or at least until it has that golden texture that you're looking for. Alright guys, there you have it, your warm, sweet, yummy coconut buns. If you enjoyed this recipe, give it a thumbs up. If you found this recipe easy to follow, let me know in the comments below. And subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.